Hi, everybody. My name is Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jade.
I'm Yah.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel, and we thank you guys very, very much for being a part of our family here. It is a preparation day, yay, which means tomorrow is a Shabbat, which means today is the day that you will cling what you're going to cling, cook what you're going to cook, do what you're going to do, and at sunset today, according to Genesis 1, the day ends. And so when sunset ends today is when the day begins in the Hebrew day. And so that means Shabbat begins tonight at sunset. And Shabbat is a day of rest. It's a day of place and a time that we do not work, that we do not, our servants don't work, our people don't work, nothing. It's a great, wonderful day that our Creator has given to us. And once you start taking Shabbats off, when you actually start taking that full day of a seventh day, which is on the Gregorian calendar of a Saturday, your life and everything will change. Getting into covenant with our Creator is an amazing thing. And I was talking to a brother yesterday, which is real funny because for those who do not know, I have a big, long beard. Have a beard for like about 5 years now. And it's just, we have this thing in this house that we're all men in this house. There's only one female in this house. And so we've always been a testosterone-ridden house. Like we are the... We mess with each other about being beta males and about being like weaker males. And that's just an internal thing that we all have here. And when we first came down into South America here, we were complete beta males. Like we absolutely did not even know how to sharpen properly our own machetes. We didn't know how to kill things properly. We didn't know anything. We couldn't harvest our own meat. We just were really from the concrete jungle. And so yesterday or the day before, somebody asked us, say, hey, do you guys sharpen knives? And I was so happy that somebody like messaged and said, hey, do you sharpen knives? Because that's what we're all over here. We have these things in this house where, we do beta male things and we don't have our knives sharpened. And so we're always going off about sharpening knives and how you need to be tough and sharpen knives in this house. And so yesterday a dude paid us. He offered us $40 to sharpen his 5 machetes and 5 knives. And so he was the first year down here in South America. I don't even know how I got onto this tangent here. So anyway, we were, this is what I was going with. So anyway, he wanted to contact us because he heard that we were Messianic Jews or something of the sort. So we talked to this guy and we started talking to him about the laws, statutes, and commandments. And what was interesting is that when we were done with this, we handed him back his sharpened knives. We gave him a pair of tzitzits, and we also gave him the scriptures of Yah. And so this is the way that, Yah builds relationships like this. Yah brings all sorts of stuff here. He didn't ask for a pair of tzitzits. He didn't ask for any of this stuff. He was asking us questions, and when we came back to him, we brought him his stuff and some answers on this. And it's just kind of cool how Yah works and how he brings people together, and there's always people out there that are looking for the ways of Yah. And so this is where we, as all of us out there as a people, can find these people. If you guys are wearing tzitzits out there, you'll always have people walk up to you and ask you if you're a Jew, and that is your opportunity right there to absolutely start speaking about the law, statutes, and commandments. And you're going to get tremendous amounts of people that turn away. Lots of people aren't going to care, but there are going to be people that you will be able to change, and you'll be able to show show the love of Yah, show His ways, and there's just lots of opportunities for all of us out there. Now, this is Yah Scriptures. This is a $70 golden piece of scriptures. This is available. This will be in our hands in the beginning of June. It will be to everybody in North America and everywhere else a couple weeks after that. It won't even be a couple weeks. So this is the greatest translation that has ever been produced. It has 103 books, the names of our Creator, the name of His Son. All of our forefathers have been restored. They've all been put together. All of the books of the Apocrypha that have been hidden from us have been pulled away. Most of them have been put back in here. This is an amazing read. And this is a prison ministry. So what this means is that for every scriptures that are ordered, 1 scriptures will go into our brothers in chains. And so this isn't something that we're out here looking for donations. We're looking for something. We're out here providing value for people. And you don't actually have to buy this book because you can download it. If you buy the book, you help the prisoners. If you want to download it, you guys can grab it and definitely help yourselves, because this is these scriptures won't do anything unless you read them. And it doesn't matter what translation you actually read. If you read and you get into it, then that's where the translations begin to matter a lot. These are Amazon books. Every book that is ordered, a little bit of the profits go into actually 100% of the profits go into the prison ministry. But we don't get a free book out to the prisoners for everyone on Amazon. These ones are a little bit different. So there's only like a $2 markup. But the prisoners are really after these books. And so I do have some prisoners that are looking for these books. If there's anybody out there that wants to donate specifically just to get these particular books into the hands of some brothers, please send me an email, jboss008@gmail.com. All right, gentlemen, how you guys doing?
Good.
It's a Friday. It is a preparation day. Cage, you look like you've been drugged through a knothole. You look really rough, bro. You gonna make it today?
Yep.
You doing all right? Shabbat, your favorite day?
Yeah.
Kinda, sorta. Okay, Jade, tell us about before Cade falls off and passes out on us. Will you please tell us a little bit about what happened yesterday?
Eli's already asleep.
Eli is asleep. Eli sits asleep. You're not asleep?
I've been awake the entire time.
But your eyes are closed.
No.
No?
One eye's still open.
One eye's kind of open. His head is down. He looks asleep. We're throwing everyone on the bus this morning. Kate doesn't like his bus ride, so he just took Eli there. All right, let's go. What's happening? Chapter 4, in the world of Shaul, in the world of David.
Shaul died.
He did.
David took over Judah. One of his sons took over Israel. Abner and the guy who worked with Shaul, who's his right-hand man, he died. He by Joab and Asahel, and so David cursed them both for killing him because he was a good person to David. He helped David in the end, try to get the kingdom. And David is taking over. And then I guess they also killed two of David's men. Also went and killed Shaul's son, the one who was reigning over king. They killed him in his sleep and came back like we killed him. They showed him how great we're. Whether we saw from past stories, David doesn't like people killing innocent people or killing the anointed of Yahuwah, so he put them both to death and made an example of them for killing Shaul's son for no reason.
All right, so here we go. Eli, I don't see one eye open, bro. I think both eyes are closed. Okay, here we go. 5. And all the tribes of Israel came to David at Hebron and spoke, saying, "Look, we are your bone and your flesh. Formerly, when Shaul was sovereign over us, you were the one who led Israel out and brought them in. And Yahuwah said to you, shepherd my people Israel, and be ruler over Israel. And all the elders of Israel came to the sovereign at Hebron. And sovereign David made a covenant with them at Hebron before Yahuwah. And they anointed David sovereign over Israel. David was 30 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years. In Hebron, he reigned over Yehudah 7 years and 6 months. And in Jerusalem, he reigned 33 years over all Yisrael and Yehudah." Okay, so he had a long reign, right?
40 years.
Well, 40, but before that, probably 7 years. I mean, that may not sound like a long time, but some of these guys only have like a 2-month reign.
Yeah, oh my goodness. So yeah, before Ishbosheth ever died, he ruled
7 years.
It took 7 years. Yeah, 7 years.
7 years, 6 months. That's a long time.
So,
He's kind of patient, right? I mean, that seems like a long time in our world of today.
So David was 30 when he began to reign in Judah, or was he 30 when he took over Israel, all Israel?
I think he was 30 years I would guess, when he was doing Yehudah, right? Because that would have only made him 23.
Right, and he'd be really young, and then he'd have been like
really young
when he fought Goliath and started leading the army.
He fought Goliath at 8 or something. So this was he was started at 30 years old, and so 40. So essentially, what 70 years is what his.
Yeah, he ended up with 70.
Okay, all right, 6. And the sovereign and his men went to Jerusalem against the Jebusites, the inhabitants of the land, and they spoke to David, saying, "Except you take away the blind and the lame, you are not going to come in here." Thinking David is not going to come in here. Okay, what is that? What do you think these guys mean? Right? If you're not going, except you take away the blind and the lame. So if you don't take away the blind and the lame, you're not going to come in here.
If you don't take them first, you're not gonna make it through us or something.
Yeah, so something, except you take away the blind and the lame, you are not going to come in here. So he's going to have to take out the blind and the lame
he's
first.
Clear the path. I think the blind and lame are in the way of them.
I think this looks like the streets of the United States of America.
Possibly.
There's some cities in the United States of America that are tent after tent after tent after tent, and the people are all out in the land. So you guys think that there's a handicap issue here? Like we're having some problems that.
Yeah, Yebusites might have some issues.
Okay. All right. 7. But Dawid captured the stronghold of Zion, the city of Dawid, and Dawid said on that day, anyone who reaches the water shaft, let him smite the Yebusites, and the lame and the blind, who are hated by Dawid's being. That is why they say, the blind and the lame do not come into the house. Why does Dawid hate the blind and the lame?
I think it's the Yebusites. I think he hates the Yebusites.
He hates the handicapped Yebusites?
I think he hates all Yebusites.
Get over here, you cripple. Let's get out. I can't stand you. Is that what he's saying?
I don't think he likes any of the Yebusites.
Mr. Nicole gave me this look over here like, what in the world did you just say? Okay, so Mr. Nicole, you hear what we're talking about, right?
I hear,
But
people are going to take that out of context.
I don't know what to say. This is what it says right here. So we are the people that are always discussing what this says. There is a blind and there's a lame problem in the old city of Dawid. It appears that Dawid had beat up the lame and blind to get through. And then, what do you guys make of this? Anyone who reaches the water shaft, let him smite the Yebusites and the lame and the blind, who are hated by David's people.
Whoever gets through, I think the water shaft must be like center of the city or something. Like,
Protected, yeah, somewhere that's protected.
yeah, it's like whoever gets to like go through them all, kill everyone.
All right, so I don't know what to make of this, but anyway, let's continue on. And Dawid dwelt in the stronghold and called it the city of Dawid. And Dawid built all around from Ha Milo and inward. And Dawid went on and became great, and Yahuwah Elohim of hosts was with him. Now Kiram, sovereign of Zor, sent messengers to Dawid, and cedar trees, and carpenters, and masons, and they built a house for Dawid. And Dawid knew that Yahuwah had established him as sovereign over Yisrael, and that he had exalted his reign because of his people Yisrael. And Dawid took more concubines and wives from Jerusalem after he had come from Hebron, and more sons and daughters were born to Dawid. And these were the names of those born to him in Jerusalem: Shamma'uah, and Shobab, and Nathan, and Shalomah, and Yibkah, and Elishua, and Nepheg, and Yaphia, and Elishama, and Eliada, and Eliphelet. Hey, there's Eliphelet. And the Pelishites heard that they had anointed Dawid sovereign over Yisrael, and all the Pelishites went up to search for Dawid. But Dawid heard and went down into the stronghold. Now, why did I go off on Eliphelet?
That's what we call Eli sometimes.
Yeah, we call Eliphelet, because especially when we were reading through this thing. Eli, do you accept the name Eliphelet?
No.
Do you accept the name Eli?
No.
Do you accept the name Elko?
Sure.
All right, you call himself Elko. Yeah, he has a lot of nicknames. We got a lot of nicknames here, folks. Okay, so Eliphelet, 17. And the Pelishites heard. Is it 17?
18.
Are you sure?
Well, mine's 18. I guess yours is probably 17.
It should be the same thing, bro. We're in the same scriptures. And the Pelishites heard that they had anointed Dawid sovereign over Israel, and all the Pelishites went up to search for Dawid. But Dawid heard and went down to the stronghold. That was your 17, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue.
Reading out of separate though.
No.
Oh, you're reading out of
I'm
separate?
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You got confused as you're reading out of our own scriptures?
Yeah, because you said, and the Pelishites, and I was scrolled down too far.
Well, let's be careful, because I got another verse that says, and the Pelishites.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, 18. And the Pelishites came and spread themselves out in the valley of Rephaim. And Dawid inquired of Yahuwah, saying, do I go up against the Pelishites? Do you give them into my hand? And Yahuwah said to Dawid, go up, for I shall certainly give the Pelishites into your hand. Now, are we going back into the stones, these guys, the yes and no stones, or who did he inquire about? Who's he getting these answers from? Obviously, Yah, but how? What form of communications are we doing here?
He has a lot of priests now. He probably have a lot of priests and a lot of like wise men. So I mean, he could probably
Go up and ask them?
Ask them, yeah. And or maybe he had like some direct communication that no one else had.
Maybe.
Like kind of like Moses or something.
Maybe. Okay, and Dawid came to Baal Perazim, and Dawid smote them there. And he said, Yahuwah has broken through my enemies before me, like a breakthrough of water. So he called the name of that place Baal Perazim. And they left their images there, and Dawid and his men took them away. All right, what do you guys make of this real quick?
Those are idols, the things they're talking about.
Is he talking about the place of Baal Perazim?
Yeah, I think so. He took their idols and
they left their images there, and Dawid and his men took them away. What does that mean?
I think they care.
Hold on, folks. All right, we're going to try to make it through the dogs without it. Okay, back to that.
I think he's carrying out with their idols.
And they left their images there, and David and his men took them away.
So it says up there he made a break through the water. So they were probably there. They probably saw him. They probably ran and left their idols there. They probably carried little idols around with them. And then David took all the idols away.
Okay. All right. Well, we don't know. 22. And the Pelishites again came up and were spread out in the valley of Rephaim. And when David inquired of Yahuwah, he said, "Do not go up. Turn around behind them, and you shall come upon them in front of the mulberry trees. And it shall be when you hear the sound of stepping in the tops of the mulberry trees, then act promptly. For then Yahuwah shall go out before you to smite the camp of the Pelishites." And David did so, as Yahuwah commanded him, and smote the Pelishites from Geba as far as Gezer. All right. Thoughts? Anyone? Anyone have anything? Final thoughts on this?
Well, this is better than Shaul. You know, he's obeying what Yahuwah tells him to do. Like, he didn't go up. He's doing what Yahuwah commands him to do. And so he is a very obedient king and doing exactly what Yahuwah wants him to do.
He is. He's definitely doing that. All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much for being here. One final thought that I want to talk about with the guy that we had yesterday with the knife sharpening stuff. When I was talking to him about the keeping of the commands and laws and being in covenant with our Creator, one of the things that I told him is that there is a supernatural power that is around those who are keeping Torah. I can't explain it. I don't know what exactly it is. I don't know how it functions or how it works. But there are messengers or there are things in the supernatural that when you are in covenant, our Creator saves you out of situations that you would not normally be saved out of. There is something very supernatural about being in covenant with our Creator. And that is what I was trying to explain to our brother is yesterday from the knife sharpening gig, is that when you are in covenant, things are better. There's a better protection. There's a better hedge around you, and it's a better life. It's a better way forward because we know where we're going and what we're called to do. So with that, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys very much for being part of our family. We are out.
All right. Shalom.